Feast your eyes on another brand spanking new NOS, which stands for New Old Stock, unrestored original with 4.3 miles. Just rode it into the museum here from the showroom, and it is brand new from the collection of NOS bikes we bought out of the Midwest. We bought 14 brand new motorcycles. The guy who owned the collection was into Japanese small bore motorcycles. He had about 40 of them. We cherry picked the nicest, newest ones out of the collection, and that's what you're looking at right here. This is the bike you didn't know you needed. It's once you ride it, it's like, wow, this thing is awesome. 185cc, 5-speed, single cylinder. It's carbureted beautifully, has electric start, starts up perfectly, and it is as close to new as you'll ever find a 45-year-old motorcycle anywhere on the planet. I don't think there's another new, I know for a fact online there's not another new one for sale anywhere in the world today. I don't think this was a particular model that people would have the foresight to stash away all these years. But it's what he liked. He loved these bikes, and that's what he did. He has the 185, he has the 250, and several other classic Yamahas. This one, as you can see, 4.5 original miles. Everything works beautifully on it. The turn signals, the horn, electric start, all the idiot lights, everything's, it's a time capsule. It's literally like it just came out of a time capsule from 1981. Inside of the tank is probably the cleanest 1981 tank I've ever seen. It was stored with no fuel in it. It's freaking perfect. So once a cucumber becomes a pickle, it's hard to turn them back. This is a fresh cucumber. Even the original Yokohama tires still look brand new. It was stored obviously indoors, and there's no dry rot on the side of the tire. They don't make them like they used to. The new tires will dry rot in 10 years. Just the Yokohama rubber from back then still has the hairy nubs on it. The fork lowers, the chrome on the rims, the fork uppers. The chrome on the fork uppers is in beautiful condition. Absolutely the finest Exciter 185 I've ever seen since 1981. Usually these are ridden into the ground. So I'll go over the work order. We did quite a bit to it in preservation services. A true time capsule. Yamaha's bulletproof 185 four-stroke single. Has an engine counterbalancer for super smooth operation. Cycle World magazine called it restfully smooth for a single. Rated at 16 horsepower, which put that into perspective, my CR250L is rated at 19. So very similar to a modern Honda or Yamaha 250. This is a 185, it's a little bit less power. It'll do 72 miles per hour and get 80 miles per gallon under normal operation, which is outrageous, like free transportation. It runs on air. 5-speed transmission, has a gear for every situation. As I mentioned, electric start, makes it super easy to start, super quiet. Has the midnight special styling on it. Lightweight at 297 pounds, short wheelbase, handles like a dream. Low 29-inch seat height is excellent for smaller people or learners. Has a center stand and the kickstand. Excellent commuter if you wanted almost free transportation. Perfectly preserved, classic with no miles on it. The bike you didn't know you needed. As far as the parts and service that we did to the bike, we gave it a full preservation service and a full museum quality rotisserie detail. Starting with the service, of course, it needed a new battery. We put a brand new battery in it. The carburetor was removed, disassembled. The carburetor is tuned perfectly. This thing starts up at cold and runs beautifully. Soaked the carb in the cleaning tank, reassembled after cleaning the carb. Cleaned and inspected the airbox. The air filter was inspected. It was brand new, so it was just reinstalled. The fuel tank was flushed and inspected. It's basically brand new. The original fuel petcock was rebuilt. The seals, after 45 years, should be replaced. So we put new fuel petcock seals in it, reinstalled the petcock and the fuel tank. Also installed new fuel lines. That's something you want to do on a classic. And we're running VP94 non-ethanol fuel, so you don't have to worry about jets clogging or anything like that. There's no ethanol in this. All the control cables were lubed, and you can't really tell from this side, but if you look from the other side at the chain is actually, the original one was black, and they kind of attract, after 45 years, they track a lot of dust, and it was it like sticks to the factory wax on there. So we put a brand new gold one and cleaned the sprocket. There's a chain guide cover on the other side. If you took that off, you see that the gold chain plays nicely with the Yamaha gold Exciter 185 logo and the gold plated tank logos. The metallic blue paint job is absolutely gorgeous. We set the tire pressures. As I mentioned, those are the original tires and they're in brand new condition. Stored indoors since brand new. Things never been out in the rain, never been ridden. It's brand new, other than me riding it through the museum here and being pushed around a little bit. But so the bike also was given a full rotisserie detail. It was steam cleaned, hand washed. All the painted surfaces were buffed and waxed with new coat wax, the polymer sealant, the once-a-year wax that the Lars Anderson Museum uses on all of their bikes. We use it here at the New England Motorcycle Museum. It works great, lasts a long time, and preserve the paint. We cleaned and polished all the chrome on the bike, cleaned and polished the shocks, cleaned the front forks, cleaned the engine, and as I mentioned, buffed and polished and waxed all of the painted surfaces. So she's ready for pretty much another 45 years of museum display, or if you want to take it and ride it cross country. I might replace the original tires to do that, but I mean, they look absolutely perfect. They're just remarkable that they've survived 45 years and still look this good without any major dry checking or anything. So, but it's really a beautiful piece. It needs nothing, and it's ready to go. It originally came with buckhorn handlebars. Those were replaced with these much more stylish, a little bit lower bars, and a brand new set of grips too. So the total invested in service was 5 hours in the service department, 10 and a quarter hours in the detail department. So a total of 15 and a quarter hours labor at $175 per hour. The total was $2,669 for labor, $147 for parts plus tax. So it was $2,994.83 was the work order for the preservation service we just did on it. So plus the cost of purchasing the bike and shipping it cross country to us. So this is definitely a high roller 185 for someone who's looking for, if you want perfection, the only way to get it is to buy an NOS bike. Any bike that's been ridden extensively is going to need major renovation, restoration work, and at $175 an hour, I don't know what shops in your area charge, even if it's $150 an hour, it adds up pretty quick. This needs nothing. There might be some patina if you look closely on the bike. Maybe a couple little tiny touch-up spots on the bottom of the tank here that might have been previously done. The chrome on the front wheel looks excellent. I'm just looking to see if there's any objections I would have on it that I haven't noticed. The chrome on the forks is in excellent condition. Has a tiny bit of patina here and there, but it's indicative of a 45. You know, I've taken Harleys out of the crate, 100th anniversary bikes from 2003. They're only 20 years old that have had more patina on it than this bike does. The clear coat on the engine cases always starts cracking a little bit. So that's the original clear coat on there. There's a couple little spots that it may not be perfect. But coming around this side, rear fender looks really nice. The turn signals are perfect. I mean, the bike hasn't been ridden, so any patina that it has is from almost 50 years. So the little bit of clear coat, see the clear coat right there? It's a little bit discolored. That's a clear coat over metal. It does that after 40 years. So yeah, good luck finding a nicer one. There isn't one. So if you're looking for a spectacular running, super fun, easy to ride, easy to maintain, pretty much free transportation at 80 miles to the gallon, and your ship just came in, it's going to be on display here at the New England Motorcycle Museum on the 3rd floor. If you want to come check it out, we're open 7 days a week. It's going to be sold at eBay auction to the high bidder with a reserve of what we got invested into it. So good luck bidding on it. We can ship it anywhere in the country, roll on, roll off, right to your house or your business. We offer financing in-house through Freedom Road, and we also take trades. So if you want to buy a brand new bike, if you want perfection, there's only one way to get it, and a classic. That's to buy a new old stock classic, and there aren't many out there. Maybe it's the only one for sale in the world today. So if you like it, call Junior, he'll hook you up. Thanks for watching. God bless America.